Welcome to Vintage Coin-Op Restorations and one of our latest projects. Here we have an incredible fortune teller. And let me walk back a little bit here in the shop. This is all the original finish. This has not been, it's never been sanded down and never really been touched up at all. We pretty much know for a fact that it has only had 2 owners. And the third one is going to be determined. Though, as we come up to this, you can see that someone did change the money amount from 5 cents to 25 cents. Well, exactly what is this? There's a lot of fortune tellers out there. You got to remember that this is probably about 1925 to 1928. When this machine was actually made, and from my investigation on it, I believe it is a Doraldina fortune teller made by the Doraldina manufacturing company in Rochester, New York. And again, the date is somewhere between 1925, 28, and obviously the company, probably went on further than 1928, but that's we don't know how many of these machines were made, and we do know for a fact they were made different ways. I have seen some with feet, some with an elaborate crown, some with a huge marquee on the top, but a lot of those things could be added. When we did have this machine on its back, underneath there were no signs of any screw holes for a cast iron leg. And usually when you had a cast iron leg, you don't see too much of this kind of scroll work. Usually it would be straight across, and then you'd have the legs be the decorative part for the base. Here you do have the scroll work, so this one has no signs of holes that it ever was on legs. So again, this is all original. Underneath it for wheels, incredible, basically cast iron wheels on here. No other holes on the bottom that ever showed there were any other wheels except these that are in place. Very, very cool piece. As you come close, you do see a lot of chips, wear. We will possibly address those as we decide where we're going to go with this machine. Another neat thing to see is the original locks and key, and they are all keyed alike. Swing around, you can take a quick look at this kind of a lock. It's a little better. Something you don't see every day. Very, very neat. I'll close that for now. Now, on a lot of the Doraldinas, other ones that is, you'll see that this panel here is divided. Your panel is going vertical, and then leaving this space here for a coin entry. And again, a bunch of different coin entries I've seen. Here we have this brass plate. It's been here a very long time, and just for sake, I think it is an original spot where they had the coin mechanism. There are no other signs anywhere else on the machine that it could have been, or it, why would they have, the cabinet is all the same time period. Nothing has been added on this. So again, here you don't have such an elaborate coin entry. A lot of machines, in other coin-op machines, you had different versions of them. You had your versions for maybe a carnival, and then you had your hotel versions where they did make them a lot fancier. You might have had the ornate legs and chipped glass here, but that's just the way these companies, someone custom ordered, say, in a fancy hotel, they wanted one of these. So, they were semi-custom made. Now up on the top, you can see the original paint and finish even is all original also. And here we have it saying clean of fortune. Well, we know for a fact that it was originally a nickel, where they painted over the nickel, and here there was a cent sign, and right here behind all of this was another cent sign. Not only can I tell by, showing a little shadow mark of a cent sign, we actually have a picture of this machine in, I believe, in like 1950s, the exact machine with just the cent sign 5 and the other cent sign on the other. So we actually have proof of this machine in its first location, and obviously we can see that they changed it to 25 cents. So we're probably going to get rid of that too, very carefully, and bring another cent sign. You can see it's a little bit different, so we're going to probably do something about that. And then you can see down here somebody painted at 25 cents there. Well, let's take a look inside. Inside is also all original. There's no extra holes, extra screws that have been placed in here. One thing I do notice is somewhere down the line someone added this little feature. We got a wire electric tape coming around here, and they drilled a hole underneath the fortune ball. Okay, the fortune ball most likely is original, but this stand here is not. Okay, this little stand here is not. What they did was illuminate the ball through this little black plastic stand. So what is supposed to be here is a fairly small stepped little stand. I actually have a cast of one, and we are going to probably put that back so it is the correct stand for it. Also in the machine, as we got it, we do have these cards. They are quite old. I don't know whether or not they're original when they sent these machines out. They are fortune cards, so there is something to be said about that. So not a full deck, but these are fortune cards, and I would say these are original because just here we know that the company was in Rochester, New York, and here we have Fairchild Corporation, Rochester, New York. Why would you go anywhere else to get your cards, especially if they are fortune teller cards, and that these are. And I know that for a fact because one of them actually says fortune teller cards. There you go, Party Fortunes, the Game of Stars. All right, so as we move on to look at the Manikin itself, Doraldina's hands are all aluminum, okay? They have never been painted. I mean, that is repainted, because right below that original finish, we see the aluminum. Though her fingernails, I'm not sure if they painted the fingernails, but again, very possible that all that is original. You do see a little bit of silver coming up through there. So why do I think it's original? As I move her hand up, you don't see any color change, and as you go up further, you can see where there's only one tone going from top to bottom. Now the hands are, they look fairly clean because somebody cleaned them. I think they could use a little bit of aging on there, but that's a matter of preference. The dress here, we know it has been remade. It was remade in, I believe, the year 1951 when this dress was made. So it is not an original Doraldina dress, but it's been on her since 1951. And also the wig. Her hair is a little bit on the red side here. It's pretty much just a matter of liking of what you want her to look like. Her face, let's pull the wig back a little bit. Her face shows some minor cracks. I'll come up really close. But really no chipping. The only chipping that we have is up on top where they probably had glue of some sort to hold their wig in place. Now her eyes do not move. They are fixed and painted. Chest plate moves up and down. In fact, let's put a quarter in here and actually see her operate. Very smooth actions. Head moves up, left and right. Very nice time capsule machine. Seeing if it's built in 1928, yeah, I think, you know, where it went and how much of abuse it had. Hopefully, like this one was been taken care of very well. It was in some place that kids and people really didn't have it, could abuse it. And we do know that it was actually on location in a place in the Wisconsin Dells. We think of Wisconsin Dells nowadays as the water park capital of the United States, but Wisconsin Dells has been around a very, very long time, and it was a family place where, you know, you could, because we didn't have the oceans to have a boardwalk, so Wisconsin Dells was a Midwesterner's destination place for families to go to vacation, basically. So we do know that's where this machine actually came from. Now let's walk around the rest of this machine. As it sits, it's probably over 6 feet tall. We're looking at something a little less than 3 feet wide, a little narrow in the back here. And again, just an absolutely original condition. No one's really done anything to it. I'm going to come around the back. I'm going to flip up the cloth so we can take a little peek of our inner workings. Again, you're looking at stuff here that has been oiled, you can see. From time to time, there's a little bit of oil marks, but nothing's been touched. No new welds. It's been in excellent condition. And as we come down here, you know, I come across these or other fortune tellers, and all kinds of stuff have been done. New motors have been put in, and that's just typical because someone's not taking care of it. Motor burns out. All right, let's get a new motor. But this is, you know, everything is just in perfect shape. It could use a little bit of cleanup, some fresh grease on it, because I can tell some of it's kind of crunchy, and the last thing you want to do is have hardened grease inside the gears. Though we do need a little new wire management here. We have a bunch of new cords and stuff like that, but that is really nothing to do. You know, obviously they had to do something with this wire going up through the top of the cabinet, which it probably should have just been down here in the bottom, but still need to see some signs of exactly how. Maybe there's a hole in the bottom of the cabinet where the actual wire came out, but right now it's going up to the top, which I'm not particularly keen about that because I don't want to see it at all. So here, let me come around this side. As you can see, the detail of the tassels, which I'm almost positive that's all original tassels and tablecloth. Well, there you have it, Princess Doraldina. If you have one of these for sale or you need one restored, please give us a call. We're located in Chicago, Illinois. Our phone number is area code 630-624-7466. Thanks for watching.